In an average parish, you can't just plop a solemn high mass down onto a congregation. They will be running for the doors if they don't understand what it's about. You see, that's been one of our weaknesses, that we haven't really persuaded the people about what this was for. Why Catholics can't sing should have had a title, Why Catholics Won't Sing. And the answer is because they don't see why the heck they should.
What the church asks of us and what we attempt to do in our parishes is not going to be understood or appreciated by everyone. In fact, as far as immediate gratification is concerned, we follow someone who died on a cross. And so it's simply not going to be about our successes on this day or the next day or the next week. It is about being faithful.
I think we have to be very charitable and kind, because it's very easy to get caught into these people don't understand what the church wants, and it makes us upset. And so, it's really up to us. We have to convert hearts and minds. We're not going to change things until we can do that. And we can't do that by being angry, by being irritable with people, by being impatient. We have to tell them it's not their fault, that they don't understand. The church really does speak about sacred music. Music directors don't know that. 95% of the music directors in the United States probably don't know what propers are. And it's not their fault. No one has ever taught them. So we have to teach, and we have to be Christian about it.
The notion of gradualism, then, is that you take an existing parish mass and you gradually improve it. This is actually taking place in many churches over the country now. I'm amazed to see just how many places people say, oh yes, we started to sing the Gregorian Sanctus or Agnus Dei.
He was just saying, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. I inherited a parish that didn't have much training. And so this year we worked on this aspect of the Mass.
Right.
We started incorporating these changes, which involves training people, training the whole
right.
congregation, the whole parish. And then the next year we worked on this. And he was describing it kind of 4 years in. I think he'd been working on it for 4 years or so. And he was kind of describing his 10-year plan. And there was the sense of, he said, look, you despair if you said it's hopeless, I can't do anything. So you just see what you can do, and you start and incrementally.
Right. And maybe you're a singer and you go to the colloquium and
sure.
saying you're investing, your time as a singer. Maybe you're a music director.
Sure.
And you want to learn more about chant. You want to learn how to conduct something you haven't been able to conduct in the past. You want to learn about how to make the small choir you have a better tone, a better sound. So we have different sessions that address all of those needs,
yep.
all toward the same goal.
Many people who come here can't imagine that in their entire life they would be the director of a schola. Next week, they will go home and they'll be doing this and directing.
That's right. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
We have courses in conducting chant,
yeah.
in singing chant, in learning chant, in teaching chant.
Right.
And then we have the experience of singing the chant at Mass. This is what the colloquium is all about.
This experience has shown me a window to heaven through sacred worship, sacred music, sacred liturgy that everyone needs to see, everyone needs to experience it.
There's a view out there that Catholic parishes are not going to pay their musicians. They're glad to have anybody show up and sing something that sounds vaguely like the Gloria or the Sanctus or Holy, Holy, Holy. Musicians are busy people. They just want to show up to Mass and sing. Why should they undertake this task? Why should a person go to the trouble?
Because divine worship is the highest activity a human being can encounter, can undertake, and it should be done with the greatest degree of excellence.
At the end of the colloquium, everyone is always surprised that he or she has accomplished that. How could I have done that? How did it happen that we had a Missa Quartitoni by Victoria? I never thought I would be able to sing a Mass like that. I've never sung a Mass like that before. How is it possible?
It was during the communion that I actually started, it was almost to the verge of tears. not so much because of the music, because I felt inadequate. I felt all this weight on me. Lord, I can't do this. This is too much. And then I heard this voice say, remember the story of Moses in the burning bush. Moses was the same way. Lord, I can't lead your people out of Egypt. I can't speak. I can't do this. And God said, I will be with you. That's something that's always stuck with me, just remembering that in all of this, God's going to be with us. It's a slow, painful process, and in all that, He knows what we're doing. I think He appreciates our efforts.
I was trying to explain how wonderful it was, and I was explaining to someone who thought it was kind of a bureaucratic conference, like people were talking about policy or music policy. I said, no, it's people who love music. There are all these singers, and they said, oh, they're excited about it? I said, oh, yeah. And I was trying to explain. I said, look, it's like Catholic Woodstock for Gregorian chant people. And he goes, really? I said, oh, yeah. I said, these hundreds of people who are just on fire for this stuff. They're singing, they're talking about it in the lunchroom. They're just, I said, it's like Woodstock for Gregorian chant.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
And but it's a genuine labor of love.
Right. It's always a positive agenda. Yeah. Always looking forward.
Always.
And being hopeful.
That's the key. And our organ is
that's our cue right there.